From now on, we will study about the direct or indirect quotation. That is a way that the speaker states the subordinate sentence in a sentence. Linked to a main clause. So there is another title on the main title for direct or indirect quotation, that is the conjunction. We can consider that the speaker quotes the other person's statement as the subordinate. We can consider that the quoted sentence is the subordinate sentence for a main clause. So we understand the relationship between the main clause and the quoted sentence as the subordinate sentence. We can classify this way the direct or indirect quotation as a part of the chapter, the conjunction, as one of the ways to link the subordinate sentence to the main clause. From now on, we will study about the definition of the direct or indirect quotation. The speaker applies the way of the quotation to link the subordinate sentence that is stated by the other speaker to the main clause. The speaker applies the way of the indirect quotation to state the subordinate sentence in the perspective of the speaker. The speaker who quotes the sentence stated by the different speaker can quote the sentence as a subordinate sentence for a main clause. The speaker who applies the indirect quotation to state the subordinate sentence for the main clause, the personal pronoun that is applied in the subordinate sentence that is quoted. Then let's review about the personal pronoun. The speaker who applies the personal pronoun with a reason. The speaker can reveal the participant in the conversation. And the personal pronoun for the participant in the conversation reveals the role in the conversation. The speaker of the main clause changes the personal pronoun that is applied in the subordinate sentence that is quoted in the perspective of the speaker. The personal pronoun reveals the relationship the different speaker in the quoted sentence and the subject or object. So the speaker of that the subordinate sentence as the quoted sentence is linked can change the personal pronoun in the perspective of the speaker. The new personal pronoun reveals the relationship between the speaker of the main clause and the subject or object that is stated in the subordinate sentence that is quoted. We can consider that the center of the statement is the speaker. So the fact that the speaker is changed means that the personal pronoun is adapted to be applied in the perspective of the speaker of the main clause. The speaker applies the new personal pronoun to reveal the relationship between the speaker and either the subject or the object to indicate the subject or object in the perspective of the speaker. The speaker applies the quotation marks to link the original subordinate sentence to the main clause with the way of the direct quotation. The quotation marks reveal that the subordinate sentence is stated by the different speaker from the speaker of the main clause. And the subordinate sentence is stated with the direct quotation. The directly quoted subordinate sentence is linked to the main clause with the current system of the personal pronoun that is applied according to the indication for the participant or the non-participant of the different speaker from the speaker of the main clause. The fact that the speaker links the subordinate sentence that is directly quoted means that the speaker of the main clause remains the system of indication. The directly quoted sentence. The speaker of the subordinate sentence applies the personal pronoun that fits into the relationship between the speaker and the subject object in the directly quoted sentence. The quotation marks can function as one of the subordinating conjunctions to link the directly quoted sentence that has the trait as an indication. The role of the direct or indirect quotation is from the specialty, the benefit to link the subordinate sentence to the main clause in the way of the direct or indirect quotation can be the role of the direct or indirect quotation in a sentence. The sentence that the indirectly quoted subordinate sentence that has the trait as a pronoun linked to the main clause that has the same structure as the sentence that the subordinate clause as a pronoun is linked to the main clause by the subordinating conjunction that as a pronoun. The subordinate clause that has the trait as a pronoun is linked to the main clause with the subordinating conjunction that as a pronoun is comparable to the indirect quoted subordinate sentence is linked to the main clause. because the speaker applies the quoted sentence as an indication in a sentence. The subordinating conjunction that in the main clause indicate the subordinate clause that is linked by the subordinating conjunction that as a pronoun. The sentence that the directly quoted subordinate sentence is linked to the main clause is effective to empathize the perspective of the speaker in the directly quoted subordinate sentence. This role of the directly quoted sentence focuses on the fact that the indication system in the directly quoted sentence is after the directly quoted sentence is linked to the main clause, whose speaker is different from the speaker in the directly quoted sentence.